The processed meat industry in 2026 is grappling with a transparency crisis. As the 2025 to 2030 Dietary Guidelines and California's AB 1264 redefine ultra-processed foods of concern, laboratory DNA testing and updated metabolic research have exposed several major brands for using ingredients and industrial shortcuts that bypass the average consumer's radar. 1. Oscar Mayer, the Group 1 liability. Oscar Mayer remains under intense nutritionist scrutiny in 2026 for its reliance on sodium nitrites. Despite natural sublines, the vast majority of their deli meats and hot dogs are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. 2026 studies suggest that these nitrites, when combined with stomach acid, form N-nitroso compounds, potent DNA-damaging agents linked to colorectal and prostate cancer. The iconic pink hue of their ham is a chemical byproduct of color fixation, not meat quality. For the 2026 consumer, this brand represents a legacy of industrial preservation that prioritizes shelf stability over human cellular health. 2. Slim Jim, the combustible fat matrix. A 2026 viral investigation highlighted that Slim Jims can actually sustain a flame due to their compact, high-fat, low-moisture matrix. Beyond the rocket effect of burning fat, Slim Jims are flagged for containing mechanically separated chicken and BHA, a synthetic antioxidant reasonably anticipated to be a human carcinogen. With nearly 530 milligrams of sodium per stick, they trigger immediate vascular stress. Nutritionists label them metabolic landmines because they combine inflammatory seed oils with chemical binders to achieve a shelf life that outlasts almost any biological food. 3. Hillshire Farm, the dextrose glazing deception. Hillshire Farm smoked sausages and lunch meats are often glazed with dextrose and corn syrup, hidden sugars that mask the high sodium content. In 2026, metabolic mapping has shown that this sugar-salt combination is highly addictive, bypassing satiety signals in the brain. Furthermore, the smoke flavor used is often a chemical condensate that can contain polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, which are known to cause systemic inflammation. This brand is a prime example of flavor engineering used to disguise low-quality protein cuts as premium farm-style products. 4. Hormel, the Spam Sodium Crisis. While a pantry staple, Hormel Spam and canned meats are under fire in 2026 for their astronomical sodium levels. A single serving often contains over 30% of the daily recommended limit. Independent testing also reveals the presence of potato starch, used as a filler to increase weight without adding nutrition. This ultra-processing results in a dead food product stripped of natural enzymes. Nutritionists warn that the high salt load, combined with the pressurized canning process, creates a product that contributes significantly to secondary hypertension and kidney strain in frequent consumers. 5. Tyson Foods, the mechanically altered chicken. Tyson, one of the big four meat packers, has faced 2026 litigation regarding misbranding of their nuggets and strips. Lab audits found that 100% all-natural labels often hid the use of sodium phosphates, which are used to retain moisture but are linked to vascular calcification and accelerated aging. Furthermore, the use of pre-dust and chemical batters significantly increases the glycemic load of the protein. Nutritionists urge parents to reconsider these as meat-flavored breading rather than a viable protein source for growing children. 6. Ballpark, the lipid-stuffed frank. Ballpark franks are marketed for their plumping ability, but in 2026, we know this is a result of phosphate-induced water retention. The ingredient list often includes beef hearts and other organ meats processed into an unrecognizable slurry. While organ meats can be nutritious, the industrial processing involved here strips away the benefits while adding nitrates and high-fructose corn syrup. These hot dogs are a metabolic storm of saturated fats and refined sugars, designed for taste bud manipulation rather than providing actual biological fuel. 7. Johnsonville, the soy protein filler trap. Johnsonville sausages are often cited for their savory taste, which 2026 audits reveal is frequently enhanced with soy protein concentrate and autolyzed yeast extract, a form of MSG. These fillers allow the company to use less actual meat while maintaining a high protein count on the label. However, the use of hexane-processed soy can be inflammatory for those with gut sensitivities. The natural casing is often one of the few real things about the product, hiding a core of highly processed, chemically seasoned meat pulp. 8. Butterball, the liquid injection turkey. Butterball turkeys and deli slices are under investigation for moisture padding. Many of their products are injected with a solution of salt, sugar, and natural flavors that can make up to 10% of the total weight. In 2026, this is viewed as an economic scam that forces consumers to pay for salt water. From a health perspective, this liquid injection contributes to stealth sodium consumption, which is particularly dangerous for individuals with heart conditions who believe they are making a leaner choice with turkey. 9. Buddig, the pressed slurry deli meat. Buddig's ultra-thin, budget-friendly packs are the absolute bottom of the processed meat ladder. These are not sliced from a whole muscle. They are reconstituted meat slurries pressed into shapes and sliced. 2026 testing shows a high concentration of carrageenan and guar gum used to hold the meat together. These additives are known to disrupt gut barrier function and trigger IBS-like symptoms. For the 2026 consumer, Buddig is the definition of industrial meat, a product designed for a price point, not for human physiology. 10. Jimmy Dean, the breakfast fat overload. Jimmy Dean breakfast sausages are a primary source of hidden trans fats in 2026. While labeling may say 0G trans fat, the use of refined pork fat and high-heat processing can create small amounts of these dangerous lipids. Combined with MSG and sodium nitrites, these sausages create an inflammatory start to the day. Nutritionists point out that the high saturated fat content, when paired with the refined carbs of a biscuit or muffin, is a metabolic disaster that promotes insulin resistance and morning brain fog. 11. Boar's Head, the nitrate alternative myth. Even premium brands like Boar's Head have been flagged in 2026 for using celery powder as a natural nitrate. Science has now confirmed that nitrates from celery powder are chemically identical to synthetic versions once they enter the body. This clean washing leads consumers to believe the product is safer when it carries the same group 1 carcinogen risks as cheaper brands. While the meat quality may be higher, the preservative burden remains, making it a refined risk for those trying to avoid synthetic additives. The era of clean protein. The processed meat scandal of 2026 is a wake-up call for the modern consumer. We have moved beyond the point where organic or natural labels provide an automatic shield against metabolic harm. The reality is that any meat designed to last for months on a shelf has been stripped of its biological life and replaced with a chemical manifest that our bodies struggle to recognize. To reclaim your health, 2026 nutritionists recommend a whole muscle-only policy. This means choosing meats that still look like the animal they came from. Unprocessed chicken breasts, grass-fed steaks, or wild-caught fish. If you must buy deli meat, look for nitrate-free and HPP-processed, high-pressure processing, brands that use physics instead of chemistry to stay fresh. By rejecting these 11 industrial shortcuts, you remove a major source of systemic inflammation and cancer risk from your kitchen, allowing your metabolism to function as nature intended. The processed meat scandal of 2026 is a definitive wake-up call for the modern consumer. We have moved past the era where natural or organic labels provide a guaranteed shield against metabolic harm. The reality is that any meat engineered to survive for months on a shelf has been stripped of its biological life and replaced with a chemical manifest our bodies struggle to recognize. By rejecting these 11 industrial shortcuts, you remove a primary source of systemic inflammation and cancer risk from your diet. Prioritize whole muscle cuts that look like the animal they came from, and favor high-pressure processing, HPP, over chemical preservation. Your long-term vitality depends on choosing fuel that nourishes your cells rather than burdening them with industrial waste.